QB Cam Ward is the minus 200 favorite to go first overall. Are you hearing that Tennessee plans to stay in that spot and look at QB, or are they open for business?
They're definitely open for business, which is not to say they couldn't eventually settle on Cam Ward at that spot. So I think what you have to look for is if you do see a trade up, if you see the Giants or someone else move up to one, that's almost always for a quarterback at the very top of the draft. And it does seem like as we came out of the combine, Cam Ward seems to have separated himself at the top in terms of the quarterback people would take first. If Tennessee tries to trade the pick and can't, then I think it gets a little murkier, because if they're really trying to trade the pick, that says they're not sold on Cam Ward or the other quarterbacks, and maybe they sit put and take an Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. But if you see that pick move, then you can pretty much feel comfortable that someone's going up for a quarterback. And it seems like at this point, 2 months out, Cam Ward is the guy that it would probably be.
And Dan, the odds for the second overall pick currently held by Cleveland, they're not even posted yet. What are you hearing about their plans at number 2?
Most people seemed convinced that Cleveland was going to come away with a quarterback at that pick. Now, that means if Cam Ward were to go 1, they'd be comfortable taking Shedeur Sanders at number 2. And I'm not all the way there yet, feeling that Cleveland is like that. But I do feel like most of the people I talked to late in the week, there are very few things that everyone is saying. And everyone was saying that Cleveland was probably going to take a quarterback at number 2. So, look, they have Deshaun Watson under contract for 2 more years, fully guaranteed $92 million. But he had 2 Achilles repairs in the past like 6 months. So they don't know if he's going to play at all this year. Obviously, he hasn't played that well for them when he has played. So I think Cleveland is thinking about the future at the quarterback position, even with all that money still on the books for Watson.
So here's where things start to get really interesting. Giants at 3, Patriots at 4. Both have the exact same odds, plus 275 to land Travis Hunter out of Colorado. What are you hearing about the Heisman Trophy winner in terms of where he could go?
Here I thought I was already being interesting, but I guess I'll have to step up my game here as we get to pick number 3. Look, Travis Hunter is a guy that I think universally regarded as like the best pure football player in this draft. Like overall, I think whoever takes him is going to be super excited, and so are their fans. So if quarterbacks go 1 and 2, or the Giants, or if the Giants move it up to 3, or the Titans now at 3, are they thinking about Travis Hunter? It's Hunter or Abdul Carter. Considering Carter's medical news from the combine came back a little dicey, I think that might be a tiebreaker for some people if they're deciding between Hunter and Abdul Carter. I don't think it's going to knock Carter very far down the board, if at all. But Travis Hunter is a player that a lot of teams are very excited about. And look, if you're the Giants and you're not in love with one of the quarterbacks, right? Then you sit at 3 and hope at least one of those quarterbacks goes in the first 2, and you can make sure you get either Carter or Hunter. So, yeah, I don't think he slips far past that range, barring something strange and unforeseen. I just don't see what negative is going to come up about Travis Hunter between now and the draft that's going to convince people he's not worth taking that high.
We're up against it, but I want to wedge one more in there. San Francisco trades Deebo Samuel to Washington over the weekend. Commanders still have an abundance of cap space. Do you see more moves coming?
Yeah, they have to do a lot on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to need more pass catchers, too. They got 4 free agent wide receivers, a couple free agent tight ends, so they'll continue to add around Jaden Daniels on that side of the ball, even as they work to build out the defense. But I do expect the Commanders to be very active this offseason.